My name's Owen. Right. My name's Owen. I'm 53. I've been a fan of Doctor Who since I started watching television. I find it relates to my life and I relate to it. That's it, really. It's really helpful to my life. It's almost medication to me.
Okay, that's that's great. Do you like with? Do you think Doctor Who's like a really just a relaxing show to watch?
Yes, pretty much. It's I find it's educational. It's medication to me. It's yeah, it's very educational. In a crazy, crazy world, there is a constant, and that is the TARDIS, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you have a favourite incarnation?
And we could all do with the Doctor in our lives, I guess, one way or another.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because I like them all differently. Yeah, I think it took me a long time to warm to Geordie, but my favourite in recent years was definitely Peter Capaldi because he took no prisoners with his attitude, and he was ultimately a very kind man in the end. As much as he was a bit shirty with people, he was ultimately a very decent guy. Jodie, I think, came into her own during Flux and everything subsequently because you get to see a whole new facet of the Doctor.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think the Doctor might be a bit OCD and a bit schizophrenic. I mean, definitely, Matt Smith's Doctor was very OCD. Yeah,
yeah. I completely agree. I think Matt Smith was a bit OCD.
can't wait
Definitely.
to see what the new guy's bringing.
Yeah, yeah. I think the new guy is gonna be interesting, isn't he? Um, because I like it when they do a Doctor and we don't know much about them. Yeah.
Even
So
admitted it.
yeah, yeah. So are you excited about like what's going on at the moment? Like what's going to happen next year for like the 60th anniversary and stuff?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. I mean, one of my things when I heard David Tennant was coming. I'm sorry, I need to blow my nose. When I heard David Tennant was returning as the Doctor and Catherine Tate was returning as Donna, I was thinking, well, I hope they get Wilf, and they only have.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. There, back in the room. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these people, I invited them into my living room for all of these years and years and years. And I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to see what they've done to the TARDIS. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see what's in store. And Russell T Davies, I mean, thank you, Sir Russell.
Yeah. Yeah. I I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Like we got Donna back, you got all David back, and probably more Doctors to return.
Do you want me
Um,
to elaborate?
yeah, you
Yeah,
can
okay.
elaborate.
Um, that would. It will be fascinating to see its future. I've never been a one for thinking, oh, well, it was best when it was in its early days, or such and such was the best, and blah, 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 because I think every episode builds upon the last. And that's been happening for 60 years now. Doctor Who is older than me. And for that, I love that. I mean, when I see how far it's come, and so 60 is a big deal. I mean, it is for me anyway. And I've vowed, and I've told all of my friends and people that I know that I will not be watching any of the episodes around anybody else's house. Somebody did this to me on the Christmas episode, The Husbands of River Song. And it was Christmas Day. Everybody was happy. I was in my TARDIS onesie. I sat in front of the television. Now, I didn't know the way the storyline of The Husbands of River Song was going to go. So I was inconsolable on Christmas Day at the party. I always say I'll watch, the first time I see any episode is by myself, because I want to interact with that and not with other people eating turkey.
Yeah.
It's
Owen,
just simply that. I'm really excited about the future.
Yeah. Just to let you know, Owen, the reason you may hear me maybe delay a little bit when you've spoken is because I think the audio is I can only hear you finish once, or maybe a couple of minutes seconds later. So that's the reason that you may wait like a couple seconds for me to speak. So that is the reason for that. So don't worry about it. I can still hear you. It's just that's fine. But so yeah, like I think a word that you mentioned before, like autastic. Do you want to expand on that? Because I thought it's really interesting how you thought of that word, but linking that one with autism.
Okay. Yeah, because the reason autastic is because I'm not offended by whether I'm whatever label people decide to put on me. I know that hits so many notes in the sort of spectrum, and I like who I am. I like how I express myself. Sometimes I don't like the way I don't understand everything around me, because I do sort of I puzzle sometimes about the world around me and the way it is, and I understand things differently. It's like I'm wired differently to other things, but I think that's great because I can see things in my own way and my own perspective. No, please excuse me. Over the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years, I've found that now my autism, if you wish, is not attracting, but the way I'm viewing life and the way I view people, I'm meeting better people. I'm meeting my tribe, as it were. I'm meeting people that are nutritious for me, rather than just, I've never fitted in. And now I know this, and I have various different opinions and diagnoses and stuff. That is fantastic. And that's why autastic, I think. I like making words up. It's fun. Yeah, so that's me, really, I guess. The only time I don't like the word, and to be honest, the only time I don't like the word is when people sort of look down on me for having a mental health situation. And I'm like, don't pity me. I'm quite happy.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think with the word autastic, it's a really good way of putting things. So maybe that's slightly with the Ninth Doctor because that's
I
his
am
word.
leaving long
Fantastic.
pauses, I know.
Yeah, because fantastic is the Ninth Doctor's word, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. How come that slipped that passage? I've been saying, oh my goodness, I don't know how that slipped me by that, because you're absolutely spot on. That is fantastic. As was Chris Eccleston. Fantastic. And you know that connection. How can I not have seen that? Mind you, I've been saying Brilltastic a lot in social media comments, and that's, I suppose, brilliant and fantastic. And I don't know, I like the little portmanteau of the two. And like, yeah, I don't think mental health issues are anything to be afraid of or ashamed of or embarrassed about. An older brother of mine, who actually was the person who sort of responsible for getting me into Doctor Who, our Simon, rest his soul, he was constantly, he had mental health issues which nobody wanted to deal with at that time when he was a kid, because it was shameful in that day and age. And I mean, he was only a couple of years older than me. And so I don't think people should be ashamed of who they are. I think it should be celebrated. And I think nowadays, more of things in society are. I mean, like, this is part of my Whovianity. Whovianity? I've just made that one up. I don't think that works, actually. I might bin that. But part of my Doctor Who-ness. Right, I've got a massive tattoo on my right leg of a TARDIS, of the Bad Wolf style TARDIS. And so people know straight away whenever they meet me, they'll see it. And yeah, it opens conversation. And usually it's friendly conversation. And usually people are quite open to that. Even if they don't like Doctor Who, they might just like tattoos. And it's sort of, you know, it's a way of being open and stuff, I guess. Very proud of my tattoo. It really hurt.
Yeah. So I
should have put me onesie on for this, but I piled on the pounds a bit. I blame lockdown.
Yeah. I what I think, like, you just made a new word up, Owen, Whovianity. Like, I think you should be doing like your own little new words game or something, because you're making words up that I think are great.
Thank you. It's part of it that just sparks in me mind and stuff. I don't know. These little portmanteaus, they're just sort of, is it portmanteau? Where you get a word and you get another word and you just mash them. I don't know. What was that word I just made up? Whovianity. Whovianity. I'm going to need a pen. No, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, we all make things up. We all make words up. In fact, from the show and into the normal world, I think this happens a lot. I mean, yeah, and I think that's a healthy thing. The imagination is a wonderful place. It should be explored. That sounded like a mission statement, doesn't it? The imagination is wonderful and should be explored. Mind you, to some people, small, beautiful things are what life is all about. I love that. And which one was it said that? Was it Peter? Yeah.
Yeah. So you are like the imagination should be explored. I think that's another really good statement there, Owen. And like you spoke about mental health too, which is really important as well, because
No, heck.
I think that's all very important stuff that you're talking about there. So yeah. Because I think it's all very good. Like mental health brings a lot into the Doctor Who universe, like especially actors and people that play their parts in Doctor Who. So
That's very kind, thanks. Yeah.
oh,
I think it's weird that it's wonderfully weird the way that, considering they're going to other planets, other times, like the main character. Well, for me, the main character is this. For me, it's my favourite character because it's a constant. But the Doctor, the main character, obviously, right? Considering they're from Gallifrey, and goodness knows how old, it's really a good exploration into the human condition, isn't it? Considering a lot of the characters and characteristics are not human. You know? I hope I never meet anybody as naughty as Davros or nasty or anything like that. But like the fight of good and evil and stuff, it does really explore the human condition. And I really love that. It means a lot to me. If anything can make me laugh and cry and nearly wet my shorts, right, for an hour a week regularly and make me think as well and make me feel as well, right, that's good for your mental health. That's good exercise for your mental health because I haven't hurt anybody. You know, I haven't had to do special exercises or anything. It's marvelous, really.
yeah. I think that's really good, Owen. Because like, I think we've talked about autism. We talked about Doctor Who.
There it is.
Our favourite parts, like in the show and everything. So and yeah, as well as mental health that we just mentioned, like Autastic and Whoviananity, two great words that we've now discovered. So yeah. Yeah.
We'll have to phone Susie Dent and get her to put it in the dictionary. That'd be fabulous. I'm at a loss of as to what to say, really, because I think I experience Doctor Who differently to the way other people do, because I don't have, excuse me, I don't have like I don't have any DVDs or anything. The only real merchandise I've got has been gifts from other people, but it's always up in there. It's always with me. And I have this weird thing, Miss. I don't know if you have this. You know, if somebody says something, you're just in a normal situation, like you're at a shop or in a cafe or something, and somebody says something, and you just think they watch Doctor Who, they do. Aye. Somebody did that, and they did it deliberately a few weeks ago, saying, and they had, I found this out, they had seen the tattoo, and they'd said in front of me, they were going home because things were starting to get wibbly wobbly. And I just said, timey what? You know, timey what? But it really is funny. And when people say things and you know that they know, and that's really amazing. It's like a little fan club. It's like just an unspoken thing. I try and drop at least one Doctor Who quote into every conversation wherever I can. I'm trying to think of my favourite one off the top of my head. I think I know it. Never be cruel, never be cowardly. What was the rest of that one? Peter Capaldi's I was in absolute fit. Oh my goodness, I had to be scraped up off the floor. Always try to be good, but never fail to be kind. And just, yeah, I love things like that. The little nuggets of love that I found, and they help me in my normal life. And I don't feel normal. I think this is one of the reasons I identify so much with the show, is you've got somebody going around Earth who's not from Earth. And I feel sometimes a bit like I'm going round trying to act like everybody else acts, trying to be normal. And I don't feel normal, and I don't want to feel normal, but I'm all right at acting it. And basically, I think that's one beacon for me, is that this person, the lead in this program, is trying to make sense of a world they don't understand. And I think that's what people with autism have on a daily basis. I believe so. And I don't think I'm doing too bad a job of it. I might make a, what's the word? I'm looking for a nice term. I might make a mess of things, but I'm doing the best to understand a world I don't understand. And there's a lot to not understand. So, yeah, I think that makes common sense to me. I think that makes total sense, actually. I'm quite pleased we've had this chat.
Yeah. So yes, thanks, Owen. Sorry we have to wait a while because I think it's just the audio, like delaying a little bit. But yeah, just the last thing if you could just maybe just to finish up our talk, what is your favourite quote from Doctor Who, and how does it relate to you? If you have a little think.
It's all right. Yeah, I'm thought of a few. I think never be cruel or cowardly. Never give up. Never give in. I think that's a one. I think my attitude, because I am a bit of a 51-year-old, 50, I'm not even 51. Start again. I am a bit of a 53-year-old boy, really. Like, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. And one of my favorites is from Tom, which is Sarah Jane. You're being childish. Of course I'm being childish. No point in being no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes. But Peter Davison, like, for some people, small, beautiful things is what life is all about. And correct. But yeah, I think they're my favourites. I think there's little bits from everyone, from all of them. You know, the Doctor's mad, isn't he? Is that or she? The Doctor's absolutely, absolutely on a different scale. And I think anything that the Doctor opens their mouth and you listen. So yeah, right. I think never give up, never give in, never be cruel or cowardly. The world is one I heard as well. It's been attributed to the Doctor. I'm not sure if the Doctor actually said it. The world is full of beautiful people, and if you can't find one, be one.
Yeah. So lots of really good quotes, Owen. Like,
and guess what? I'm going to watch when this wraps.
yeah. So I think we all deserve to watch another episode of Doctor Who now, don't we? So I think that's where we're going. But thanks for talking about autism and Doctor Who. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me, Mason. It's been an absolute joy. Cheers.